Hi. This morning I wanted to talk to you a little bit about 529 plans. 529 plans are a opportunity to provide college education funding for your kids and for grandparents, grandkids. It's a great and unique tool insofar as it serves as a bona fide gift from parents or grandparents to beneficiaries, typically their children and or grandchildren. And yet it's a gift that has unique properties. A bona fide gift typically is you give it, it's gone. With a 529 plan, if parents or grandparents want to bring that money back, they still own it. So the way it's set up is you have an owner, parent, grandparent, and you have a beneficiary, a child, a grandchild. And for whatever reason, if the parent wants to have that money revert back to themselves, they still can do that, even though it was considered a gift. And the only consequence is that there's a 10% penalty that the government imposes, and then you pay for the capital gains, a tax. If, on the other hand, you do use those 529 funds that have been accumulating tax deferred for qualified educational expenses, those monies come out tax-free. So it's a very, very attractive accumulation vehicle for college education. There are others you've heard of, the Coverdale savings, much smaller amounts of money, UGMA accounts. In Michigan, we have the Michigan Education Trust, which is a prepaid tuition program. But for the 529 plan, and there's one in every single state, you can accumulate money, potentially have it grow tax-free, and have it come out for your child or grandchild at the right time. There's something else about the gifting that's really cool, in that as a gift, which is normally limited to an annual amount per beneficiary. This year it's $15,000. It's tied to what you may have heard is an annual exclusion. So everybody can gift $15,000 to any person they choose without affecting their estate planning. I won't go into that at the moment, but with the 529 plan, you can do some other interesting things. One, you can, between spouse, double that, because you can have a split gift between husband and wife and gift $30,000 to their child in a 529 plan. Further, if you wanted to give more, or grandparents wanted to provide some estate planning, gifting for their grandkids, you can accelerate that gift up to 5 years. So technically, you could gift $150,000 in a single year for one beneficiary, and you can do it for every beneficiary that exists. So if you had four grandchildren, you could be putting $600,000 into college education funding year one. Not most people will do that, but it is available, and you still can get it back because the owner still controls. The other thing that's interesting about that gifting is that the 529 plan is one that, since it's available in all 50 states, allows you to explore, allows you to shop not only the investment manager, but the fees in each plan. And it's a useful exercise to have your advisor examine what are the best 529 plans to consider. One of the reasons is investment management. Another is the internal fees. Another is there any tax benefit? So in Michigan, you can take a tax deduction up to $10,000 of gifting to a 529 plan. And that means if we're at a 4.25 income tax bracket in Michigan, you save $525 on that particular year's $10,000 contribution. So that has to be incorporated in the analysis of, is this a good plan, or is an alternate plan in Ohio or Virginia or Alaska better? It should be just part of a criteria that you use to examine which 529 plan is most suitable. People also ask, well, what if my kids don't go to college, or they go to college but they don't go to grad school and we have more money than college requires? And the answer is, you can, as I said earlier, get it back. There can be a reversion to the owner, or you can gift it to another beneficiary. So if there's a brother or sister, you can redesignate the beneficiary, or even a cousin. Or you could keep it for yourself because it does not expire. And so if you had an eligible accredited golf school and you were a golfer, you could use that money for golf instruction. So the 529 plan is a unique animal in terms of accumulating monies. It can come out tax-free when used for eligible expenses, and it allows you to have the opportunity to fund at different levels, but really create a nice nest egg for your children and grandchildren. And given the fact that college tuition and room board, they're still not able to control those costs. Tuition still goes up almost 6%. That's almost 2 to 3 times normal cost of living adjustments or the inflation rate. It's really a good idea to take advantage of these plans for your kids, particularly young kids and newborns, and for grandparents. It's a fantastic gift, can really go a long way. We'll talk more about it in a future video.